Hey guys, and welcome back to Table Talk Tokyo. Today I'm here with Allan Wooding, who's one of my close friends. Known him for years in the city. He is the athletic director for KAIS International School, and he's also the founder of Intensity Matters. Allan, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm excited to finally sit down and get into who you are and why you do what you do. Why Tokyo?
I was living in Nagasaki first. I was living there for 5 years on the JET program.
Okay.
And I moved, after 5 years on the JET program, which is a full term, I moved back to Trinidad.
Okay.
Initially with the intention of coming back to study here.
Okay.
I applied for KO, got through and everything to their master's program.
Oh, that's amazing. Congrats.
But I didn't go. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go. But my initial thing was to come back to do media design with KO.
Okay.
Their master's
and this would
program.
have been in English or in partially Japanese?
In English, partially, yeah.
Okay.
And when I got back to Trinidad, I initially went back to reconnect with family and just be home. I hadn't been back to Trinidad totally. in the 5 years that I was in Nagasaki. I had only been back maybe 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
So I wanted to go back home, see my family, reconnect with friends, and just
totally
take care of my parents and that kind of thing.
Totally
and then I would come back to study. Over lunch at a restaurant, a Japanese restaurant in Trinidad. I was talking to the chef and another story, but I've always wanted to work in the food industry, especially in the restaurant industry. I still have a dream of owning my own restaurant. I was talking with the chef there, and they were like, "Oh, well, we want to open a new branch of this. It's a pretty upscale kind of wine and sushi bistro in Port of Spain, the capital." Okay. And he was like, "Oh, you sound great. We would love for you to help us with the location, which is in your hometown, San Fernando." Yeah. And I decided, hey, this is a blessing from God because it's something I've always prayed for, and I never thought I would be able to because I don't have any experience. And here they are asking me to be the operations manager for a new restaurant of this scale. They were like, it's pretty big restaurant. So I decided, hey, thank you, Lord. Yes, I will. So I did that and opened a restaurant and learned so much, grew so much from that experience. And one night, while sleeping on the couch in the restaurant,
as one does,
just after opening, I loved all the stresses that came with it, but I was thinking, if I can do this for a restaurant that will never be mine, it was a family-owned restaurant, why not do this for myself? Why not start to make the move? If I can do this for someone else, I could definitely do it on my own.
Yes.
So I decided then to take whatever action was necessary to start moving towards getting my own things in order. And
I'm going to hold you to this. If there isn't the Allan restaurant in the next couple of years, like
Irwin, I always keep my middle name as whatever.
Say again?
Irwin.
Perfect.
Because I don't use it anymore.
Okay, perfect. I don't walk into Irwin's kitchen.
But so in the time that I was there in Trinidad, those 2 years, the first year I was just kind of sightseeing and just reconnecting until my father was like, "Dude, get a job." And I was like, "All right, didn't want to. I just want to." This is
roughly what age at this stage?
How old was I when I went back home? I got to Japan when I was 23.
Okay.
And I left 5 years later, so
28, 29.
Yeah. Okay. But so 1 year was just enjoying being back home. And there are a lot of friends who I met while living in Nagasaki, who were now living here in Tokyo. Chris included, Jonathan included.
Got it. And these are also JET people?
Yeah, they were all on JET. I met them through JET. and they were living here now in Tokyo, and they kept saying, Allan, you need to come to Tokyo. There's so much more opportunity. What you doing there in that small island? Don't worry, leave, come and enjoy it. And eventually, like Jonathan first, he came to Trinidad. They came all the way to Trinidad to visit. They wanted to see, but the whole, I got the energy that they were like, no, move. We come all the way to bring you back. Chris also did the same, came and visited, and that was always in the back of my head. Okay, I should think about moving to Tokyo, but I had never thought about it because it was a city, and I knew that wasn't necessarily the vibe I had. But I was working in a Japanese restaurant. Yeah. And every day I was reminded about Japan. So there was not a day in the entire 2 years that I was back home that I was not thinking about Japan. Or had some connection with Japan.
Obviously, Japanese people are unique in a sense. I mean, every country's people are unique. We shouldn't just say Japanese people are unique. Obviously, Americans are unique. People from Trinidad are unique. But there really is something about Japan that I don't know how to put into words. And you touched on it, but what is there? Do you have any? Do you maybe have any unique observations about Japanese people?
The seed was planted when I was
once you see it. Exactly.
But the thing that I noticed 11, most is the collectivist culture here, and the mindset that they have. And I say culture because it's ingrained. It's not something that they think about or they teach specifically. It's the culture here. And I'm sure there are other countries that have that type of culture, collectivist culture. But we are from, and most of the Western European, even some of the African, not all, which is another beautiful thing. Different topic. About Africa. But what we have is very focused on the individual.
Yes.
Do what's best for you. Yes. Follow your dreams.
The pursuit of happiness for you or me.
All of those kind of things. It's always about the individual. Yeah. And yes, we have the ideals and the virtues of do stuff for others and help others and that kind of thing. But those are just that virtues and ideals.
They're secondary.
They are not the culture. And that is the interesting here. The things that we consider virtues, which are things that we aspire to, are culture here, which are things that they don't even think about. They're ingrained.
Interesting.
So even things like the respect for elders, the honesty and respect for other people's property and that kind of thing, and caring for others before yourself. Those are culture. Then of course there are always anomalies. There are people who step outside of that, but the culture here is very much what we call virtuous. So, and that allows them those things that we in our society know would make our society better, that honesty, that respect.
It's part of their culture.
Here, when it becomes culture, it allows the country to thrive in the ways that we aspire to.
Interesting.
Easily. So yes, there of course broken parts of it. Of their society or culture here. But in general, I think the ideals of everybody working together, and I will always give up my preference for the betterment of the whole. Those things definitely allow a country that has been for many years titter-tottering on the brink of economic failure, but never failing. Like if America or Trinidad or any other Western country had the economy that lived on the brink, like Japan has for so many years, we would have failed because there would always be someone, no, we should do things this way, and no, I should do things, and pull tug, and we fall off. But here, they're walking on that, and they know they're on that tight rope, and the head would just say, no, we're going this way, and everybody say, hi, and they walk, and they have other ideas. No, there's a better way to do this, or we shouldn't do this. But once everybody follows that that one person saying, this is where we go, regardless of if I think it's not the best way or not, we will stay on course. And that is I think that is the fascinating thing here, to see how, and I learned a lot from that, and I think that's why a lot of foreigners come here. They see how different it is to theirs, and it might be upsetting. Oh, I want to be me, and you probably even take advantage of the fact that you're not part of it to be you at times. But you realize that when I give up some of my individuality, it really does help make things better for everyone. And that is something I really respect about Japanese culture.
Has any of this impacted you moving into the industry you're in now?
And I always enjoyed running. Joined the track team when I went to university. And I enjoyed, I was the vice captain for the track team for about 2 years. And really enjoyed that side of fitness, like the speed and the running. And I really had an amazing coach who, just a humble guy who was so good at just getting you in the right form and teaching you how to train yourself, basically. He wasn't there very often, but he was always really good at writing out our menus and letting us know how do you make use of your own time to get to your results. When I went to Nagasaki to public school there, I felt compelled to help the track team as well. And as you know, in Japan they tend to have these high school sports teams. If you're not a sports focused school, the sports team, the sports coach is generally just a teacher who may have had or may not have had interest in the sport, and just got asked to
be the teacher,
to be
or whatever.
the coach for it. So luckily, I had the lady in charge. She was interested in track. I think she ran track as well. But she was not a coach. And I was not a coach either. But I had a lot of experience. Like I ran it for those 3 years in university, and it felt natural to try to help them out. And in studying to help them out,
you were building the foundations
skills,
of your
I gained
career.
skills in how to motivate and plan menus and that kind of thing. There was so much learning happened in those 5 years. That I realized, hey, maybe this is where my teaching passion is. Because as I said, I didn't feel like I was a teacher. I didn't feel like really particularly skilled in teaching. But I really enjoyed coaching. And it felt more natural in the physical space to help people get to where they wanted to be. So I want to throw javelin. I didn't throw javelin, but I could dive deep into how to throw javelin. I know all the points. Okay, I could come and demonstrate and that kind of thing. I really enjoyed that side of it. So I taught track and field for those 5 years, and I was.
And this is while you were doing
the English teaching,
assistant language teaching, ALS teaching.
But I was
ALS?
ALT.
ALT, thank you, ALT teaching.
But I was able to get deep into it there, because you have nothing else to do, right? And the English teaching side of it was pretty light.
It's pretty straightforward.
So a lot of English teachers come and realize that the school isn't making good use of them. So they end up just sitting down or feeling underused. And I don't think
it was also my experience.
Right. I don't think my personality lends to that. I will push forward to make the most use of the time and skills that I have.
100%.
So even though there were teachers who were just like, you just sit. I would say, no, okay, I will go out. While I'm here, I'll go out and help coach the track team. We don't need, don't worry, I'll come every weekend and stuff like that. And they realized that there was interest. I would go to not only track, but I would go to all the clubs. Once I had free time, I'll go and sit down, talk to the karate teacher, find out why he's coaching this way and that kind of thing. And just learn from all those disciplines. And Yeah, that's how I understood more the coaching culture here in Japan.
Okay.
And I found my fit there in terms of what they needed.
Okay.
A lot of what they needed was conditioning training because they usually just go, okay, just run. If you're running, just run many times, and they forget the strength side.
The other side, yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed coaching there, and when I moved back to Trinidad, I actually was helping a couple of friends with their training, including my nephew.
Interesting. So this is 5 years. In the first 5 years in Nagasaki, you got into this, or you didn't get into this? Okay, so this is the first 5 years in Nagasaki.
5 years of Nagasaki was
2 years back home, Japanese restaurant. Then when you came back to Japan after those 2 years back home in Trinidad, where were you? What did you do?
So when I finally decided to leave the restaurant and move to Tokyo, I actually moved to Tokyo without having a job. I came here on like
amazing.
It was just like, if this is what God is saying.
Yeah. How long was your visa?
Just go.
3 months? 1 year?
No, we have 60 days or something.
60 days.
A couple of weeks before I was to take this trip to visit Tokyo and visit Jonathan and Chris and other friends here. Another friend, Owen, who also lived here, was same kind of friend encouraging me to come here. He was working at a school, and he said, we have a position at the school. Would you like to join? You should take the interview. I took the interview online and stuff. At the airport, getting ready to come here. Is when I got the call. Hey, we got a job. You got the job.
I have a job.
You got the job teaching at the school. I was like, oh, thank you, God. Thank you very much for making it clear this is what you wanted. So everything worked out well in that way. So of course, when I came on the tourist visa, I had to come back home.
Of course.
To switch over. Right? But that's how I ended up working in English again in Tokyo.
Got it.
And again, I was coaching the track and field team at this school.
Okay.
And that was great. But the intention with moving here again was to start my own thing.
Yes.
And Chris and I had very similar goals. Especially in terms of opening a gym. He was playing hockey and had some friends who were interested in training with him. And he knew I was interested in starting this gym.
And what do you think?
What do you think all together?
What do you think the industry was like then? Because I've been in the fitness industry now for basically 10 years, 9 years,
right?
And it's completely changed in that time. And I feel like you would have experienced that same.
Yes. So when I came, of course, I was still new to Tokyo, so I wasn't very aware of what was happening here. But I know in our space, which is outdoor training, there was next to nothing. There was next to nothing. So and again, Chris and I were very aligned in fitness should be outside. So we decided, okay, let's start
an outside fitness thing.
Let's start something outside. He had just gotten his CrossFit level
CF1,
1. I didn't have the CrossFit license at that point. But he shared a lot of the information and stuff with me, and we were like, oh, this is awesome. The philosophy of CrossFit was really appealing, and it was in line with everything that we stood for, even before we had heard about it. And so I was now motivated to get my level 1. So while we were doing that, we started up. He started coaching, I was supporting, and then I was like, okay, ready. It's time to start coaching. I didn't even have the level 1 at that point. Let me find my voice in the coaching. We had just a few, like 3 guys or 4 guys who were coming at that time. And we started just outside his apartment in Shidokane. And we started building this program at the time called Tokyo Fit. And we came up with the branding and started trying to put it together. And Chris is really amazing at organizing those guys. He's like amazing brain for organizing things. So getting everything set up. What equipment do we need? How do we organize the finances? He loves spreadsheets. So we had a spreadsheet for everything: client data, finances, training, everything. And then that's how it kind of picked up. And I really, after getting my first the level 1 CrossFit sit, I really realized, hey, this is
the thing.
This is it. And now Wow!
Yeah.
Again, thank you, Lord. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, basically, although it was not official, and that's because we're both on work visas here, and that whole issue is
of course.
is another story. But yeah, we basically had our own business.
Okay.
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome already for me. So quickly, I came here. I'm teaching English, yes, but I now have this side business where we have control of the narrative of how we want to help others become the best versions of themselves. So it
amazing.
was through fitness. So it was really, really a point where I was like, okay, yes, I'm meant to be here. I feel really comfortable in this space. And as you said, with fitness in Tokyo, we realized that a lot of people wanted to train outside, and there weren't many people who were doing that. And the local clientele, Japanese people, were not exposed really to exercising outdoors. So a lot of the clients that we had were foreigners or Japanese people who lived abroad
and knew about outdoor fitness.
Yes, and did some kind of outdoor fitness.
Something other. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how we started to build that space out.
Okay.
And it was an exciting journey. And leading up to now, it still is. We still remain Intensity Matters. The name changed after Chris moved on, but we still remain the only, and I still say we, although it's just me.
That's exactly how I totally understand.
Yeah. So we still remain the only outdoor gym. So there are lots of outdoor programs and stuff, but with barbells and the kettlebells, the whole setup.
You guys have all of it.
Own outdoor gym, which I find really interesting.
Yeah.
Because a lot has happened, a lot has changed, a lot has developed in that space.
And yet people have not gone and done that.
Yeah. And it's not, I don't think there's a lack of desire to do it. It's just the environment in Tokyo is very, there are a lot of barriers to first finding the place that would allow you to do it.
Exactly.
The cost of having the storage or whatever, and that kind of thing, and the equipment itself. Yeah, there are a lot of barriers to it, and I think we were pretty blessed in terms of getting a set of equipment started. I think someone was leaving from the army, and they had like battle ropes, and they had a few barbells that we just had to add a little to. That's how we got started, and then amazing. Over time we just built up. The only thing we got into what is Intensity Matters, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Intensity Matters was the name itself was birthed out of my philosophy for training.
Yes.
Which is,
I meant to ask. That was actually one of my questions. Thank you. You're right.
Yeah. My philosophy for training is if you don't give your all, you won't basically get nothing out of it. You'll just remain. And that nothing is, I remain where I am.
Yes.
And the only thing that in all aspects of our lives, of the human experience, the only thing that causes change is pushing the boundary.
Correct.
Yeah. If I work within my current space, I will remain
in that current space.
I can't move forward.
Yeah.
Same thing happens with anything. With your education, you really have to push how much you learn to grow. You can't just do the things that you already know and expect to be any different or to get any further in life.
Yeah.
So the same thing applies for training, and that's why I thought Intensity Matters was an appropriate name for the gym that I started. Yeah, and Intensity Matters basically is that outdoor training program where I try to encourage everyone that comes. And there are different levels. There are beginners, intermediate, and from time to time we have athletes who come through. And they all do the same thing, which is where that CrossFit philosophy of everyone can do the same training. Just scale it as necessary.
Progressions, regressions.
Right. Yeah. So everyone can come into this space, and I can help find out who they are, why they're here, and help them push their limits. And that's what that whole gym is about. So
and when do you do these classes?
Weekdays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays currently, but it kind of changes every now and then. Depending on the clientele.
Evenings, mornings.
Always in the evening, 7:30. 7:30.
Oh, yeah.
I got a day job, man.
Gotta work.
So 7:30 to usually I say 8:30, but it always goes over to 9:00.
And the location is basically Shirokane, Ebisu, Hiro.
It's in the middle of all three.
Okay, that's how I think of it.
So yes, in Shirokane, the address is in Shirokane.
Yeah, but it's right in between Ebisu,
Hiro, Shirokane Takanawa Station, and Shirokane Dai Station. So 4 stations. In the center.
Okay. Come rain or shine.
Yeah, because we're under
the bridge.
Under the bridge.
Okay.
So there's shelter from the elements.
Yes, there's no excuse.
Yeah, so exactly.
Yeah.
There are
it's
no
raining.
Excuses.
Nah.
There are no excuses. There are a few times where it's been really snowy or really heavy rain that's probably dangerous for people to come out.
Okay.
That we've canceled, but generally we're always there, and the numbers are always small. I always keep it down to maximum 6.
Okay.
6, and if I have another coach with me, 8.
Okay.
People.
Okay.
And that way I could cater to the needs of each person up there.
Yep.
And we've toyed over the years. We've toyed with raising that number or lowering it, and 6. We've realized that 6 is the maximum and ideal number of clients that one coach can.
I'm with you. It's a good number. Take care. It's a solid number. Yeah, 6 is a good number.
And we bring out all the equipment from a storage room, which is about 100 meters away.
Yeah.
And get everybody to just work.
Yeah.
Put in some good work.
I've been there before. Yeah. It's the real deal. I went with Justice.
I really enjoy doing it. It's it would be nice to see it grow into a space and that kind of thing. But I actually really enjoy the grassroots feel of it.
I love
it.
Same. I
organic,
really like it
just
as well.
Under the bridge and
totally agreed.
Yeah, I really.
It has a vibe like nowhere else I've been to ever. Not just like in Japan, but truth be told, I haven't gone to a bunch of CrossFit boxes and stuff like that in the States, so I don't actually know what outdoor fitness similar to yours in the U.S. looks like. Although I imagine it's somewhat similar, tires and battle ropes and all that stuff. But I can say safely in Japan, I've never seen anything like it. It just feels right. It feels good. It's a really good setup. Yeah, it's a really good situation. I help run Sogo. It's a completely different animal, and it's but it's a very. We don't have jump ropes. Like we don't.
Right.
Everything's body weight.
That's completely unique. But
that's a completely different thing, though, right? So what you've done is really you've taken outdoor fitness and you've added that. It's like indoor fitness just performed outdoors with the advantage of having space to go run. Your 400 meter run thing at the beginning.
Yes.
I love that stuff. It's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I really like it. And then in terms of you wanting to start a restaurant and have your own baby and starting Intensity Matters, do you think in many ways Intensity Matters is that thing that's yours, or is the restaurant thing still alive and well?
Right. So there are 3 pillars to Allan Wooding.
Okay.
That's food.
Yes.
Food.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Yes.
And music.
Yes.
Right?
Ooh, music. Okay.
Those are 3 passions that I wouldn't say battle with each other. They are 3 pillars that I think make up.
I completely understand.
The things that
the
I
essence
want to do. Yes.
That is Allan Wooding.
The foundation of those pillars is my spirituality.
Yeah. Yes.
So
belief in Christ.
Yes. So I've always felt like I should hone all 3 of those throughout.
Yes.
They don't have, one doesn't have to take precedence over
totally
the other.
Understand. Yeah, totally understand.
And I don't have to develop all of them into a business.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like my piano over there. I don't have to necessarily, that's not business, but there's joy and passion, and that's enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So and education, of course, is another passion. Right. So the fitness is now a business.
Yes.
The education and the teaching, the career, which is still in fitness too. The food I do at home, and I still have the passion if I ever make enough money or get in touch with the right investors or whatever it takes. To open a restaurant,
I think you kill it.
Ideas.
I think you kill it, man.
Already.
I've seen these pictures.
I love that side of things too, creating food, and especially if it's healthy. And music. I get a lot of energy off of music. So when I get the opportunity, have a concert or connect or go to friends who
friends
sing,
shows or whatever,
that kind of thing, I always try to maintain those three.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, so that's how those meld together.
I didn't know that. I now, as a person who has a very similar pillar structure, I understand exactly how that goes. Food.
Yeah.
Talk to me about food. What does food look like for you?
Well, at home I am essentially vegan.
Okay.
Vegan.
Pretty strict or not so strict?
At home I don't have...
you just don't have any animal products.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But strict, when you say strict, when I go out, anything is okay. I decided to adopt more of a vegan diet after watching Food Choices, which was a documentary on Netflix. I watched that one Christmas when I was at my cousin's place in Atlanta.
Okay. This is I have no idea, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago?
4 years ago?
4 years ago.
5 years ago? Somewhere around there. You hear my belly asking for food.
Okay.
But yeah, something about 4 years ago. Yeah, and a lot of my family are into cooking and stuff. I have a uncle who's a pretty good chef in Canada.
Yeah.
And he was at the counter in the kitchen there making these chicken sandwiches or whatever. I just come back from a haul of supplements and protein bars. That's what I usually do when I visit the States and get all the stuff that I can't get here.
Totally.
And I just came back from that and we sat down. Hey, what do we watch? Okay, let's watch this documentary. It looks awesome.
You just happened to watch it and changed it.
We watched it. And a lot of the awesome thing there, of course, there are many of those kind of documentaries, right? But Food Choices in particular, I respected because they didn't try to... Of course, they had an agenda, which is to let you know that vegetables are better for the body. Yeah. But they didn't tell you that the eating meat was bad.
Yeah. It wasn't quite game changers.
No. It wasn't. It wasn't that strong. It was pretty much a lot of scientists showing that the body gets a lot more energy from vegetables. Yeah. Meat, we can eat meat, and we get a good nutrient and a lot of protein. Protein comes from meat. Yeah. But our body does a lot more work to break it down. Yeah. And in the process, you're not being as efficient with your energy production as you could be. Okay. If we eat primarily vegetables, you get so much more out of your body. Yeah. The vegetables have so much more nutrients, and they have protein and everything. Everything that the body needs is in plant life.
Yeah, technically, exactly.
So meat should not be the majority of your diet, which is what it has become. Yeah. Where you have a plate with a big steak and a small little cup of salad. Yeah. Whereas the salad has so much more nutrients for your body than the meat does. So it should be flipped. Yeah, go ahead, have that steak, but make it a lot smaller and a lot more vegetables. So when I heard that perspective, which I had not heard before, and hearing all the scientists talk about why they were saying this and all the research they had done and the reasons why we have moved to this meat-centric diet, I was just like, as a health and fitness professional, why would I, even for one more minute, not try to move to that side?
I completely understand.
Like, I'm smelling the chicken you're cooking there, Uncle Nigel. Yeah. And I'm seeing the $300 I just spent. Yeah. But how could I have this enlightenment and not take action? Totally. So immediately I was just like, Wayne, I looked at my cousin, I was just like, Wayne, sorry. I'm going to have to find something to do with all of this. Yeah. I wouldn't throw it away, but maybe I'll give it away or just use it and be done. But I'm done.
My goal, when I was in my probably mid-late 20s at some point, I decided that by the time I reached the age of 40, I expect that I won't eat meat at all anymore. And coincidentally, a mutual friend, Leo, had the same exact ambition. Why the number 40? I don't know. Just some arbitrary number that, likewise, why did your life trajectory end, goal setting thing end at 40? Like, what does that actually mean? Who knows? But for some reason, I was just like, 40 just seems like the number. It seems like that's maybe when I get there, there'll be some turning point in life, whatever that means. I'm like, looking at it now, I don't necessarily think that matters. But I will say what it has helped me do by having that arbitrary date, not date, but year, is it's helped me at least explore options. So for me, like a small transition was, whey protein powder in my morning spinach, banana, blueberry, whatever smoothie is now a vegan protein powder. Right. And like, does that cost me anything? No. Like, what's the difference there? Like a little bit of flavor. It's the same thing, right? And yet I get to feel like, I'm making that, another incremental step towards getting more of my nutrients from vegetable sources. And so I look forward to personally seeing how the food industry continues to cater to people like myself or like you who really do want to eat more vegetables or a more vegetable-based diet, but it's still quite difficult to do. And difficult might be the wrong word, but it's still it's challenging. It's challenging, and especially in a country like Japan. And so then the next question is as a vegan, basically living in Japan for 4 years, what's that like? Hey, let's go get yakiniku. Do you just get yakiniku, or do you have a little? You know what I mean? Well, how do you balance? Japan is a very meat, fish heavy country. Right. How do you balance
that's why I say when I go out, I generally
just eat whatever. Okay.
I don't go out that much.
Yeah. That's got to be such a nice balance, though.
Yeah.
So it seems like I don't actually know this. This is more of a question than anything, but it seems like in your case, then your choice to practice veganism is a personal choice that's essentially at home. When you go out, it's not like I think we're all familiar with your maybe stereotypical vegan who's like a diehard vegan. Like you're eating animals, you're a bad person, like do not care that animals are suffering kind of thing. It seems like that's not where you're at.
No. It's all health. It's basically a recognition that vegetables are better for your body.
Okay.
Basically. So why not do something that's better for your body?
Okay.
So the attempt to be fully vegan didn't go well for long. Okay. So the first year was the first, I would say 8 months was great.
Okay.
I was really excited about figuring out, like I had not even imagined not having like a leg and thigh on my plate.
Yeah.
But it was really exciting to figure out, I could make these vegetables taste amazing. I'm not missing the meat at all. I could cook this up, and there's so much variety in the food, which I thought I would lose. When you look back at it, you're like, eating just meat was less variety. That kind of thing. So it was really exciting, the first bit. But then my job was pretty busy, meaning I could not be at home as much. My job didn't allow me to be vegan.
Interesting.
To be a healthy vegan, I would say.
Okay.
So to be vegan here in Tokyo, you would need to make your food. Take it with you to work. Eat dinner and lunch at home. Dinner and breakfast at home.
Basically. Tell me about that. So what's interesting is this is something that I personally want to explore in Tokyo that I haven't yet done. It's something I'm interested in trying to document a bit of because I haven't done it. But like I said, it's a kind of a long-term goal. And so in order to help improve that, like I wonder what are some of the things that I could expect as somebody who wants to make that transition at some point. Right. I don't actually know if I'll be in Japan when this transition happens, but if I were to keep it simple, I'm in Tokyo and I decide I want to start a vegan lifestyle. What does that look like?
It's getting better. Okay. There are lots of options now, restaurants, especially kind of fast food like Uber Eats available restaurants.
For vegan.
Yeah. There are lots of options now, but they tend to be more expensive. And I eat a lot, and thus they don't satisfy.
Okay.
So, and that's why it's expensive. It's not that
because you're eating a lot of food.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
To get satisfied, you have to buy more.
And is this, and you in particular, are you not satisfied? Not necessarily because you're a massive person, but you're very active. Do you think it relates to that?
I think that's related to it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because if you were a small person who wasn't active, then maybe that, whatever that normal meal would be fine.
Possibly. If you're a small eater, then maybe that meal is fine.
You're not a small eater.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not even close.
Okay.
So, my father thought there was a problem. There was prayer intervention.
Little Allan.
There was prayer intervention. Literally.
But you were never big, heavy set.
No.
Okay.
I basically have been hovering around 69, 70.
Okay. For years. Okay. Oh, amazing.
But the restaurants
getting better.
are available.
Yeah.
Restaurants are available.
Yeah.
But it would always be better if you could make it on your own.
And why
on your own.
Why the better? Just because of cost and all that, or
variety? One.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, like vegetable variety.
Yes.
Or food source variety.
Food variety.
Yeah.
Yes. You tend to get there are a lot of salad restaurants,
which is
or
like
sandwich
lettuce
restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah, and the ones that give you the right amount of nuts and grains and stuff tend to be a lot more expensive. Smaller.
I love this.
Yeah.
So then, what is, to give an example? What does maybe a Japanese restaurant look like when you try to do it vegan? Because I assume you must have in this 6 months or a year you must have gone into
tofu.
Yeah.
Edamame.
Yeah.
Light salad.
Yeah. And light salad is lettuce, carrots,
usually
tomato?
lettuce, spinach.
Okay.
Usually lettuce, spinach, moyashi.
Okay.
Afuri, which is the ramen place.
Yep.
They have vegan ramen as well.
Okay.
But there are options. There are options.
Yeah.
But they're still pretty limited compared to what you can make on your own.
And then what do you make on your own? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's.
No, tell me. I love it.
I don't know how to answer that question because you have. I get all my vegetables from Samba Farm.
Yeah, Samba, S-A-M-B-A.
S-A-N-B-A.
Samba, yeah.
Yeah. It's a.
This is like a farm to kitchen.
Yeah, it's a
not a supermarket
organic farm that I volunteer at time to time.
I've seen this.
Chiba, yes.
I've seen this. Yeah,
I got connected with them through a restaurant that I really like. Saru. Which is very close to Intensity Matters.
Okay.
And they opened basically the same time that we did.
Okay.
And they get all this nice fresh vegetables, and they're one of the favorite things there is their house salad.
Okay.
Which had all these earth vegetables and stuff in it, and no lettuce. You just see all these
all the good stuff.
Radicchio and arugula. So a lot of really good vegetables, and I asked them to connect me with the farm that it's one of the farms
where they source their vegetables. Yeah.
And they connected me with Samba Farm.
Is this a thing that people can do? Like, can I become connected to Samba Farm and get my vegetables?
Of course, they have a website and everything that you
amazing.
Could order from. You could go
and then it's all online.
Always need help.
And then it's all online.
Yeah.
So you basically, like, I as an individual go on my computer and I order sweet potatoes, tomatoes, whatever.
No, you order. So it's seasonal. So
they just send you what they have. You order the box. Okay.
3,000 yen or 2,500
or whatever it is. Okay. And the box is for a week. It's for
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks.
And then you just subscription every 2 weeks. You just get your vegetables.
Yep.
That's even now. This is exactly what you do.
It just came yesterday.
Oh, that's amazing.
And you just open it up and you.
And do you ever need to supplement?
Do
you ever need to supplement other vegetables, or is this just your go-to?
I do.
You supplement with other ones. Like if you like something, it's not there, you go get it.
I have a yaoya right next door to me, so they usually provide my fruits.
Okay.
Fruits.
Yaoya is like a fruit and vegetable supermarket.
Yeah, like a small vegetable stand.
Okay.
I get my bananas, avocado, or whatever from there.
Okay.
But everything else generally comes from some.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know if I'm gonna do a subscription, but I'm 100% going to at least get a box.
The reason I like it, so there are.
I've never done this. I didn't even know this exists.
There are many of them. Okay. But why I love Samba Farm. Samba Farm is unique in that they grow over 90 varieties of vegetables.
Yeah, and varieties.
Usually farmers grow like 4 or 5.
Correct.
But the guy Shinya who runs the farm, he's really interested in in unique vegetables.
Yeah.
And he usually markets only to high-end restaurants.
Yes.
But after the pandemic, he started selling too. I connected with him before he was doing that. Because I went to volunteer, I was able to get the box from him. But now he is open to
I am 100% going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah.
But yeah, he sends vegetables.
Yeah.
That of course, but there's always one or two.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is?
Is it like a list?
What is this flower?
Is there like a paper
all
list?
In Japanese, but
there's a list.
He sends a little write-up about each vegetable.
This is amazing. I didn't know this existed. And you said there are a lot of these kinds of things, like places like Samba.
There are a lot of farms that have this box
thing.
kind of thing, subscription service vegetable.
Interesting. Are there any that are like English friendly or not really?
I only know Samba Farm.
Samba is English friendly.
Samba, well, he speaks English, but everything he says is in Japanese.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So
when you do this process,
yes,
you like go online, you fill out a form, and then they send you the vegetables.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's in Japanese.
Sambafarm.jp, I think it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's in Japanese.
Yeah.
But if you were to call and talk to him, if you could, then he would speak English.
Yeah, he can speak English.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the other place you can go to find unique vegetables, of course, farmers markets.
Farmers markets, like in front of Sando.
The UN University.
Yeah.
But the thing, when you go to there, when you go to those places, it's not just buying vegetables. You should try to connect with the farmers, because usually the farmers will know other farmers, or you could go and help them out, or you could subscribe to whatever there.
Do you know Ruri? Sogo Ruri. Ruri, she's Japanese.
Yes.
So Ruri lives
gymnast,
correct. She lives on a farm.
Yeah.
And on Saturday, we're going to farm potatoes.
Nice.
At her farm with the kids. We're taking the kids, and as a family of 4, and a couple of the people are going over there.
Nice.
To pick tomatoes, which I did. Not tomatoes. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, and regular jagalima. And we're doing that on Saturday for the first time. The kids, I don't think they've ever done anything like that in their lives. And my mom and dad grew up on farms, and they have animals and all. So I love the idea of cultivating the earth and eating a variety of things that are grown. You know where it comes from and all that. It's beautiful. I had no idea, man.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna do that. Samba.
Yeah. Samba Farm is awesome. So I get like zucchini flower, zucchini blossoms, and korinki, which is this kind of, it's if a pumpkin and a cucumber had a baby, kind of thing. Just some unique. He always throws in 1 or 2 unique vegetables in there. It's just I find a lot of pleasure in experimenting with food. There is no, and that's one of the reasons I love cooking, is because there is no formula.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who's considering veganism but is concerned with the 2 simple things: getting enough protein, which I'm sure you hear all the time, and then the second one would be any kind of for lack of nutrient possible deficiency that may result from just eating vegetables.
So,
and you can speak to it however you want, scientifically, your experience, whatever comes.
Yep. For someone who is thinking about being vegan and worried about getting enough protein, there is enough protein in the plant kingdom.
Fair enough.
We do not need, most people do not need the amount of protein that the industry is telling us we do. If you're a bodybuilder or something, I think you need 1 gram of protein, 1.5 to 2 grams of protein
is the common understanding.
Per kilogram of body weight. But most people aren't trying to build that much muscle. So for the average person, whatever you get from plants is enough. Just make sure what you're eating is balanced, and what you're eating has some protein, because the body does.
That's what I was going to say. So then when you're eating vegetables, you're obviously concerned to an extent with what how roughly how much protein
you should be. You should be aware of what its value is.
Okay.
So when you're making a meal, you should have your fats, your carbohydrates. Make sure that your proteins. Make sure that everything is on the plate in some form. And that's how you know that you have a good meal. That's one. So there's not much worry, especially from my experience that was a concern of mine, of course.
Yeah.
When I
First
stopped
started
eating meat, it's just like, do I have to eat? Do I have to eat just tofu or just nuts or whatever it is? And then
so this might be sorry for cutting you off, but this might be like obvious to you, but then maybe to get even more particular into like how you eat, what would be some of your primary protein go-tos? So I think it's simple enough. Basically, if somebody's gonna eat vegan, it's pretty easy to be like, okay, I can have like olive oil, I can have avocado, I can have nuts. That's my fats covered. Like even nuts and seeds, like I'm covered there. Fiber covered across the board. But then like what particularly, whether it's grains, nuts, seeds, and what combination really helps result in some of the best forms of protein?
So for me, I make sure I have komatsuna. Which is my alternative to spinach.
Okay. Is komatsuna local to Japan?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
What's it called? Mustard green?
Oh, mustard green. Okay. I don't know by that name.
Mustard
komatsuna.
Spinach? I can't remember what's the English name.
I think mustard spinach is actually what it's called. Yeah.
So komatsuna is pretty much just my staple green.
Yeah. And that's an everyday thing.
Basically, yeah. Okay. Salad is usually komatsuna.
Okay.
And it tastes great.
Okay.
Cooks either raw or cooked, it's great.
Okay.
I make sure I always have some nuts on the plate.
Yeah.
Tofu.
Almonds, peanuts, cashews.
I usually have a mix.
Okay.
So it's
salted, not salted.
Unsalted.
Okay. I'm getting right in there, man. Yeah.
Tofu and natto.
Yep.
I eat pretty often as well.
Okay. When did you first discover natto?
Back in Nagasaki, I had a friend who really
and you liked it like that.
No, it looked horrible.
Okay.
It looked disgusting.
So you worked on it, and eventually...
Not really. He really loved it, and we were like, wow, how could you eat that?
Yeah.
But we just looking at the look and the smell.
Yeah.
But when you eat it with rice and stuff, it's just actually really good. It's best with egg, actually.
Fair enough.
It tastes amazing with egg.
I've had natto a handful of times in my 11 years in Japan. And each time I've had it, I think I've had it in isolation. I think I've had it like scooped out of the thing, dripping.
Yeah. It doesn't look good, but it tastes great.
Okay.
It tastes great. It tastes great.
Okay. So we've got mustard spinach, nuts, typically mixed nuts, no salt added. Tofu, natto, which are beans.
Mix of beans.
Okay.
And that's basically it.
Amazing.
Everything else has a little bit of protein in it, so you'll add it up together.
Yeah.
And if you are like a fitness person, fitness person,
fitness bro,
guy,
into
muscle, then having a supplement protein shake would help.
And this is
make
also
sure
vegan.
that you get consistently the amount of protein that you need to build the muscle that you're trying to put on.
Okay.
But other than that, if you're not looking to get ripped, just eating food is fine.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
Yeah, just eating food.
And then do you ever have periods to kind of focus more, again, on the fitness side, do you ever have periods where you're trying to gain muscle, trying to lose muscle? Sorry, not lose, no one's trying to lose muscle. Trying to gain muscle, trying to lose fat, like summertime's coming along. Okay,
I'm always trying to gain muscle.
So then are you constantly trying to navigate how to add more protein in what way, or
No.
Or how do you go about doing that?
I'm pretty confident that the diet that I have will support the activities that I'm doing.
Perfect. So when you're trying to build muscle, you just eat more of what you're eating.
Build muscle would involve me lifting more.
Okay.
And so you don't get more muscle by eating more protein. Your body can only handle so much protein.
Correct.
And excess will just put stress on your liver.
Correct.
And kidneys.
Correct.
To flush out the extra.
Correct.
So,
correct.
So
when you want to put on muscle, you lift differently to keep it simple.
You gotta lift more consistently heavy.
Yeah. Got it.
And
that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Exactly, you get the muscle. Your food will support.
This is correct. But food is relevant. But you obviously if you're trying to continue growing in size, then obviously you have to eat more food.
Right.
Like collectively.
Of course.
And then
you
is that something?
The more energy you exert, the hungrier you would most likely feel.
Correct. You'll probably then eating more.
Wants to
Very
grow.
So then it sounds like, this is an assumption, but it sounds like you're a pretty intuitive eater. Like you're not there calculating values of this and that.
I've never even calculated how much calories I eat in a day or anything.
Okay.
I've been told that I need to because I've been told consistently.
That's fine, yeah.
The reason that you're not gaining is because you're not eating enough, Alan.
Yeah.
But I don't feel, I actually don't feel the need to eat more just to gain weight or gain muscle.
Yeah.
I think if I'm eating enough right now, and this is what I'm like, this is what I'm meant to be.
Yeah, got it.
So I'm not trying to, and again, that's because I'm not in the sport of physique or bodybuilding or whatever.
Exactly.
Once what I'm eating supports the activity that I'm doing, I'm good.
Yeah.
The look of it is secondary.
Yes.
So I would love to fill out this sweater a little more, but
we're just trying to be Tyrone.
Right? I'm not going to go above and beyond just for a look.
I understand.
When
Irwin's Kitchen, when Irwin's Kitchen opens up, however, next year, 5 years from now, what does that look like?
Interesting. So,
what's your dream?
The concept of it has morphed. And changed a bit over the years. It will be Caribbean food.
Okay.
It'll be Caribbean food, especially Trinidad food. I think Trinidad has one of the best cuisines of all that I've ever had. I hesitated to say in the world.
All
that I've ever had.
There's so many, right?
Really awesome cuisine. And it's not exported. A lot of people know other Caribbean islands food more than they know Trinidad food. And Trinidad food is, I've never heard anybody come to Trinidad and not love, not just like, I've never heard anybody not love the food.
Wow.
And there are Caribbean Trinidad restaurants in like the States and Toronto and
places that would be
London,
international
where
enough.
There are a lot of Trinidadians.
Yes.
Trinidadians.
People.
Living.
There's like diasporas. They're all right.
But here in Japan, nothing yet.
Yeah.
There was one run by a Japanese guy who liked Trinidad food and decided to open a small kitchen, but it closed a few years ago, 5 years ago or something like that. It was very small. He only had like two things on the menu.
This is fate. You get Blue Ocean. No one else is doing it.
It would be definitely Caribbean food, and of course the healthy side of it too.
And then Caribbean food. Do you anticipate yourself making meat? Or is this a vegan establishment?
I'll definitely make meat, but there would definitely be vegan options.
Okay, and it would be good vegan options.
And the portion again, it's up to the portion.
Correct.
Right? So the
correct.
portions
it's
on
not
that
steak
plate,
and vegetables.
The portions on that plate would be appropriate.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Irwin's Kitchen. That's what I'm ready. That's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah. I would love to learn a little bit more about cooking. Like all my cooking, I don't intend to be the chef at all.
Okay.
I just would love to run and conceptualize it and get great, awesome people, a great team together to make it all happen. But I think in Japan they could do with something like that. For sure. And the main thing I want people to feel when they experience it is one, Trinidadian culture, and two, wow, this is what food should be. Not could. I want this is what it should be.
But that element is because it's from Trinidad, or because of the balance and all that.
Because of the balance. The Trinidad side is wow, this
tastes
is great.
good.
Great taste. But the experience they get should change their interaction with how they cook.
I love it.
How they prepare food and how they think they should eat.
I love it.
And I don't know how I've toyed with different ideas. Maybe that will be in how we lay out the menu or how the servers talk to the guests. Or, I don't know exactly how it will all turn out, but some way that has to be the crux of everything.
I love it. I love it. I could not have anticipated this was something we were going to talk about when we started talking. Like I said, but I realized like this is obviously it's one of the pillars, and I'm obviously I'm aware there's the training side, there's the nutrition side, and the music side. Frank on the music side probably off screen. We'll just have to get into that separately. But I love it. I had no idea you're so passionate about food. I've always just seen these pictures and the thought like some people just random photos of food.
I don't. But taking pictures of food is not even a thing I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
I take pictures of food because I cook something different every time. I never make the same thing twice.
Yeah.
So if something were to kill me, I need to have it. If one of my experiments went horribly wrong,
at least there's data.
Then you knew what it was. Amazing. But no, generally I make something different every single time.
Yeah.
Put different things together, or put different spices together. Just present it differently. It must be different each meal. So that's why I take a picture. Just this is what this was. This is what this was. This is what that combination was. Yeah. So that's why and as you realize, I don't even post all it. Just
every once in a while. Yeah.
Because I cook every day.
Yeah.
But it's just as a reference of the creativity that I can get out of the vegetables that I'm making, using, and then a bit of a catalog. Okay, this is how this meal, when I put these two things together, this was amazing.
Then do you do you separately kind of document like how did it taste? How did you feel?
Not really.
Okay,
not really.
You just remember.
Yeah, hopefully I should. Okay. Maybe I should. Maybe I should.
Depends.
Yeah, maybe
you mentioned Chris is the spreadsheet guy, but in this case, it might be helpful.
Yeah.
Interesting. Guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe, hit the notifications button, and give this video a thumbs up so that we know you liked it. If you guys have more questions for Allan and myself, please drop them in the comments below. We'd be happy to respond. I learned a lot about veganism from the kind of intuitive approach, which is very much Allan's way of approaching it, as well as how to balance eating relatively vegan and eating meat, and it's okay to do both. I really appreciate getting that perspective. So if you guys have questions, concerns, you want to share your opinions, throw them in the comments, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
Thanks, man.